Hey, how you guys doing, man? We're cruising here. Since I had one of the auto shifts, I thought I'd show you what it looks like when I head out for once. So, wow, hitting all the lights green here. This is kind of cool. So we're getting on I-10 now. From 67th, I normally get on at 59th, but we're getting on at 67th because all the construction from the 202 extension, oh shit, we have a truck here on the side. Let's see. I hope he's broke down and that's why he's there. That's not a good place to be. But anyway, they're doing all the construction. So 59th is where I normally come on the freeway at, but they have it blocked. They have it closed, in other words. So they're doing some construction there, obviously. So getting on at 67th Ave here in Phoenix, going across 2 lanes here now, getting on. There's always people that act like they see you, they make a choice not to let you in. You can see him speeding up. That's the way that guy was literally doing right there. And he's gonna come next to me here, watch, and act like I was bothering. I'll probably get the finger or something, watch. Yeah, that little Nissan SUV. But this is what it looks like. The freeway's pretty empty right now because behind me they got it closed. So it's pretty empty, you know what I'm saying? Because normally it's not this empty right now. Yeah, you can see in my mirrors behind me there. Maybe you can't, I don't know, but I'll just keep it forward. It's pretty quiet in here because well, my phone, I use my phone with my speaker that you might or might not be able to see on the dash there, my Bluetooth speaker. I use that to, you know, for my tunes. So right now I normally have some music going, and then once I get outside the city limits, then I'll start my podcast, and then I pretty much listen to podcasts all night, all morning until they run out. I usually have about a solid 8 hours worth of podcasts to listen to. So, but since I have an auto shift, I thought, well, let me just go ahead and record for everybody and let you see what it looks like at night when I'm heading out. So that's this. Probably see out of that mirror or not, I'm not sure. Oh, what's my favorite podcast? The one I have 2 of them. I like PTI because from ESPN I don't get to, well, now that I have YouTube TV, I can DVR it, so I'll watch the PTI podcast, plus I listen to the PTI podcast, plus I'll watch it again just to kind of see those little things that you kind of miss when you only listen to it. And then Tony Kornheiser again has his own podcast that I listen to. And then I listen to Tom Merritt, is a tech podcast. I like his podcast as well. Got it. I like all of them, or I wouldn't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy, his name is Matt, and I can't remember his last name. Saved my life, but he has a YouTube channel, and he's really into washing cars, and he has a podcast as well, and he's kind of going through some transitions right now as far as switching it up. So he's doing more of a solo podcast thing all on his own. So his frequency hasn't quite been the same as it used to be, because he used to have another guy doing it for him. But I like his podcast a lot, but like I say, he doesn't put it out that often. And then Bill Handel, I listen to Bill Handel out of LA on KFI every day. I keep blocking the camera with my finger. So that's another one I enjoy. It can be kind of funny, but sometimes it can get to be too much. But what I like about a podcast is, and then Skip and Shannon. I listen to Skip and Shannon from Fox Sports 1. I listen to them. But right now, you know, they're all talking about Kaepernick, and I just fast forward all that junk. You know what I'm saying? Anything I don't want to hear, I just fast forward it. That's what I love about podcasts. So that's what makes that part awesome. I'm like, so you can kind of get, when you watch things live on TV, I get frustrated now because I can't just fast forward something, you know, or skip over it. So I actually prefer to watch it on my own time, because then I can skip over all the junk that I don't want to see or I don't want to hear. But I have a bunch of podcasts that I listen to. This is getting into more normal traffic for a Wednesday. Wednesdays are kind of mixed. Wednesday nights are kind of mixed. You have Thursday nights are what I would call the heaviest traffic. Wednesdays are kind of, it's picking up, you know, as far as like going out of town. So once I get out of town, which won't actually be too much longer, maybe another 15 minutes, we'll be out of town here. For those that don't know, I drive a Mack. It's just a day cab Mack. I actually have no idea what size motor they have in here. They do use the Mack's engines. They don't use the Cummins or the Detroit or a Cat. They use Mack has their own motors, and I'm not familiar with their motors, so, and I don't really, unlike with other trucking companies where I would know all the specs to the truck, because it would be my assigned tractor and I would be with it all the time, so I knew kind of everything about it. With this company, I really don't know too much, because, you know, we don't actually do anything to them. So you know, if I need oil in it or anything that I need, you know, the mechanics take care of it. But it is a 12-speed automatic, or auto shift is what they call it. That's the automatic part of it right there. You can see the buttons. So you can go into manual mode. Right now it's in 12th gear, and it's as simple as your car. I mean, you literally hit drive, neutral, and reverse, just like you see. And then it has a manual mode if you need to manually shift it. So you can see my speed, the temperature outside. That is the actual temperature, believe it or not. It is it 9:15? Yeah, that's the real time, and that's our real temperature. That's not a joke. It's Phoenix. Phoenix is hot. So I know in some of my other Cruising with Jody videos, someone made a comment about it was probably the wrong temperature, and I'm like, no, it's Phoenix. It's the desert. It's the Arizona desert, and the California desert's not much different. So pretty much along this whole route, the temperature doesn't change much. I mean, it does because it gets later in the night, but this whole region it is the desert, so it stays the same. The traffic will be lightening up here, and so I don't know if you can see that board over there. See, it says 98. Mine says 103. So that one says 98. The truck says 103. So I usually kind of split the difference. My tractor is a little more closer to that one on that board than this tractor is. This ain't my tractor. This is a line unit. My tractor's down because the AC is not working. So As you can imagine, when it's anything close to 100 degrees, you still need that AC. So even if it's 10 o'clock at night, so it's the humidity in Phoenix has calmed down because the rains have calmed down. Although I hear we're supposed to be getting more rain again. So the humidity's calmed down, but now that sun during the day really hits you, you know, it's really sharp. It's really so you still sweat like crazy. I don't know. Personal preference, I guess. Some people say they'd rather have it like it is now than to have the humidity. I'm like, I don't know the difference, man. I'm still dripping buckets of sweat, so I don't know what's the. To me, I don't like that sun, the way it feels on your skin. It just dries everything out immediately. But yeah, that's an argument that'll just keep going, I guess. It's got tons of legs. There's Bevmo. Now, right now we're out in Goodyear, so, and then we'll be heading into Buckeye, Arizona. Once we get on the other side of the 303 here, we'll be hitting the 303 here in a second. Pretty active night for me. A little bit different, you know. Not my usual just come in and get my trailers. I had to kind of wait for some freight to be moved around. So, and that happens from time to time. That's just part of trucking, man. Like, you know. So you just kind of have to take it as it comes. But you might see, I don't know how much you can see, but you might see some of the construction they're doing on the 303 here, extending that part as well. That's one of the ramps that's off to the right that they're still kind of working on. These trucks are quieter than that. This one's quieter than mine. The one I drive is a 2012. This is a 2016, and this one's definitely quieter. I drove the night before last. I drove one of our brand new ones. One of our brand new tractors. It was 2017, a late 2017 model, because 2018s are already, I think, on their way. But that one's got all that. This company, although the collision system and all that stuff has been out for some time, this company doesn't. Hey, there goes an ABF the other way. Oh, that's one of our city guys. In any case, this company is not super quick to, you know, get all those technologies right away. I guess they like to let some of the bugs work out and stuff, because auto shifts aren't new to big trucks either, but you know, I guess they waited until they had all the bugs worked out of the auto shifts. So, because we just started getting them last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2015s, our 2015s had them in there as well. So, because yeah, we're starting to get 2015s for our city units. So I'll be getting one. Well, whenever the next batch comes in, I'm supposed to be getting one for myself. So I'll have one of these auto shifts, 2015 auto shifts, as well for my assigned tractor. So right now I still have a 10-speed manual transmission in my 2012. Still a good truck, you know. I'm gonna get over a lane here, put my flasher on and get over, because we're gonna lose that right lane here, and about another 1.5 miles we're going to lose that. So I like to go ahead and get over and get that part over with. So we're definitely in Buckeye, Arizona now, and to tell you the truth, it goes, let's see, this is exit 121, mile marker 121. Buckeye, Arizona goes all the way to mile marker 105. So it's actually pretty big. 105 or 106. So, you know, Buckeye, Arizona is actually, it's actually big. There's not a, you know, there's not a lot of people that live in it. It's pretty scattered, but as far as a, you know, width-wise, or however you want to consider it, it's, you know, it's actually pretty big. So once we hit Verrado up here, we'll be pretty much out of the whole metro area, the extended metro area. And then once we pass Verrado, which is exit 120, we'll run out of the city lights here as well. Although we don't have city lights here, but you can see those lights coming up. That'll be the last of the lights there. So, and then I'll get up. I think I'll go up to about the 85 split. And as long as there's no cops, sometimes that's where some cops like to hang out at. They haven't in a while, so you kind of expect them to. You know what I'm saying? Like any day now, they're going to be hanging out. So, but I thought it'd be something different, showing what it's like on heading out to California. Leaving Phoenix. So, and although it's not central Phoenix, it's still towards the west side of Phoenix. It still gives you a general idea, you know. So now here it is, Verrado exit. We're about to go underneath Verrado, and then there should be a few lights on the other side, and then that's about it. We'll hit Watson, which is exit what, let's see, 115, I think. Oh my God, how am I forgetting? 117, something like that. And then Miller Road, and once we pass Miller Road, you'll hit the 85 split, which is State Highway 85, which will take you to Gila River, and or Gila Bend. I'm sorry, Gila Bend, which will take you to I-8, going to San Diego. So if you're leaving Phoenix and you want to go to San Diego, that's the way you go. So I'll keep it on till then, and that way, if you are going to be making that drive, you want to visit or do business in San Diego. Oh, we have a big truck up here now. I always get over. So if you see someone on the side of the road and you're out here when it turns to 4-lane road, 4 lanes mean 2 going each way divided. That's a median right there. So I'll get back over now that we passed the vehicle on the side of the road. And that's just one of those safety things, man. Like, you never know, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to avoid an incident happening. So, but yeah, if you're doing business in Phoenix and you want to drive, or you have to drive to San Diego for whatever the reason, business, personal, whatever, just I-10, and then you'll hit the 85 up here, and we'll show, 117 Watson Road, yeah, 117 and the 114. I think Miller Road is exit 114. And in Arizona, and in most states actually, the mile marker is the exit number. So if there's 2 exits within the same mile, then there'll be A and B, A, B, C, even D. I've seen that before. So that's the way it typically is. California is, it drives me nuts. but most states are very similar to Arizona. And most states also have it to where, so if you're seeing this and you're overseas, most states will have it, except if you're in like the middle or the heart of the city, you might not see it as much. But they'll have these big blue signs that'll kind of show you what to expect at that exit. So as you get towards the outskirts of a city, they'll have these blue signs that'll kind of show you some of the main things, you know, like that are close to the interstate, where to eat, where to fuel up, you know, stuff like that. So you'll see that. And our trucks are governed at 63 miles an hour. It's as fast as I can go. So, yeah, everybody passes us. Well, most everybody. I mean, there's a few trucks that we pass, but Arizona's a 75 mile an hour state. So you can drive legally in Arizona up to 75 miles an hour. So you'll see a lot of people passing me. Comes another big truck. So I'll set my cruise now. You'll see a little green thing come up there on the screen, and my cruise control is set. And with the automatic, you'll see my target on the dash there. It's set to 62 miles an hour. It's really going 63. Now if I click this down here, you'll see this turn on. Maybe or maybe not, you can see that turn on. So now you'll see it say brake target is at 67. So if I go down any incline at all and it makes me go faster than 67 miles an hour, the truck will just slow down. That's when the engine brakes will turn on. And the engine brakes now are better than they used to be. And it literally will just keep this truck between 62 and 67 miles an hour. So 62 is the fastest I can go. But if I were to start going downhill, it will not go faster than 67. It's just a trip. I mean, it works insanely well. So basically, you just, you know, you might still have to hit the brakes every once. Depends on how steep the decline is you're going down. You know what I'm saying? But there's a Love's truck stop right there, and a QT is over there as well at Miller Road. Now up here, once you pass Miller Road, then you'll hit the 85, Highway 85. That's what you'll want. You'll want to go down there. You'll see 85 to I-8, Yuma, San Diego. And that's what you would follow if you want to go to San Diego. Right there. So if you're leaving Phoenix and you want to go to San Diego or Yuma, some people go to Yuma too, this is the way you'll go right here, exit 112. You'll take that, you'll go to Gila Bend, which is, you know, spelled with a G. And so you'll take this right here, right up here, it's coming. It's still pretty dark, so you might not be able to see it. But that's the way you'll go. Yeah, right there, that exit right there, that's the way you'll go. So, and Highway 85 is a good road. It's not that bad, but it does have some stoplights on it, some red lights. So, and when the speed limit says 35 or 40 or whatever the speed limit says, going through those little towns, trust me, make sure you do it. Those cops that are little sheriffs and stuff that are along 85, do not mess around. well, Arizona cops in general just don't mess around. But on 85, I mean, they don't. There's no. You know, I've heard of a lot of people getting tickets for, you know, if the speed limit's 35 and you're going 36, they give you a ticket. So just be warned, if you are going that way, just mind your P's and Q's. It's not that long to get to I-8, but so it won't kill you. Just do the posted speed limit, trust me. Then the road will bend to the right, it'll bend to the left, back again, and then back to the right, and then we'll be going straight for quite a while. And I'll end this broadcast here at that point, because it's just straight all the way to LA, actually, if you were going that far. I mean, it's, you know, it's just a straight shot, really. So not much else to see until I get into maybe Quartzsite, Arizona, and that's a small town as well over there, kind of a border town. It's 17 miles from the state line. And then you have Blythe, California, which is actually right on the state line, you know, with the Colorado River right there. And so it's gonna bend back to the right, and like I said, we'll end this one there. Let me get back to my driving and listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed cruising with me once again, and I appreciate everyone that tunes in. I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you want to email me comments, questions, whatever, joedreviews@gmail.com. That's Joe, the letter D, reviews @gmail.com. So alright, yeah, and this is still Buckeye, Arizona, believe it or not. Like I say, I think it's to the 105, mile marker 105. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, what's up there, drunken one? Thank you, man. Appreciate it, brother. We'll see you guys, man. I'm gonna just stick to my driving and getting down the road here, man. Okay, man? Peace out.